y'all. Welcome to Saturday, I believe. Yes. Hi, Cece. So the thumbnail has some shredded potatoes that are now probably almost 5 days old. It's really disgusting and oxidized, and I smelled it this morning and I smelled fine. But before we continue with any other shenanigans, I just want to say that I feel like I've been edging on low-grade anxiety attack. I think it started settling in on Thursday, and then it kind of was very muted yesterday, but I think today it's been building. So before we continue, I would like to, hi Germany, I would like to knock a bowl. So, alert to anybody who may be noise sensitive, we are gonna ding a bowl. I know, Fred, we're gonna ding a bowl, okay, buddy? And also, it's not time for dinner yet. You know that. It's only 7:17. It's not time yet. It is, I don't know, guys. I just need to breathe, and I need to listen to the sounds, and I need to just kind of let everything else fall away for a second, because I just feel very residue-y. So I'm gonna breathe in a few times. Dr. J, I'm so sorry you're having a migraine attack. Those suck. I don't know if I've ever had one, but it sounds just intolerable for some of my friends. So, here we go. I don't know if you liked that or hated that, Fred, but thank you for listening in to our dings. Nina, I tried that before. This isn't actually a singing bowl, so there's no real reverberations that way. Hold on. It doesn't really, I don't know if I don't have the touch for it, but it doesn't really work for me. But otherwise, that was a pretty nice sound. Guess we could try a wooden one to... Oh, that's nice. Joe, I hope your mom liked that bowl ding. I hope she heard it somewhere. I know, my friend, but it's not time yet. I'm me. Do you want to hop? Do you want to take a seat? Do you want to take a seat for now? Listen, buddy. I gave you a little bit of farmer cheese today, and I gave you 2 boxes of treats. 2. I gave you 2 boxes of treats. So it's not time for dinner yet, okay? You're a hungry boy. You're funny. Alright guys, let's take a peek at what's in my fridge. Pull out all the shits. It's the odds and ends show, folks. The odds and ends that must be gone from right now. right in front of you. But guess what? I'm a human. I can be self-destructive whenever I want. You're a house cat. You live at my whims. Sometimes. Sometimes you get your way. Not today, though, bud. Not today. Not right now, at least. Yeah, I know, buddy. I know. Yep. Yeah, you can beg me all you want, bud. I don't think I'm gonna feed you, though. Oh, yay. I had a broken takeout container that was holding salmon, and it leaked grease all over my fridge. So I think I should clean that up right now before it gets any worse. You know Fred? Do you know Fred? Can you help me clean? Will you pitch in? Will you make my life easier? Well, you do. You do. Sorry I said that. I didn't mean that. You already make my life easier. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, nothing like congealed grease in your refrigerator. At least it's not the freezer. That would make it even more difficult to clean up. Fred, I should have just put you in the fridge. Have you lick it. You love salmon fat, don't you? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I know. I know, but also no. What you gonna do with the cat? Yeah, you can meow. You can keep meowing if you want. Go ahead. Do you also want to eat some potatoes? Do you want to eat some potatoes? I feel like these are gonna start turning green. Oh, they're already sprouting. Let's cook these. I will try to pull up chat. Wow, Fred, your nose is snotty. I just felt droplets of mucus on my calf. Karen, can I confess, I didn't watch Tessa's live because I was so fucking stressed this week. I had no time to do anything but catch up on my overdue assignments, and it just feels like it never ends. Fred, yes, I know Fred. I know, buddy. Are you loving me? I love you too. You're the best thing in my life right now. You might be even better than peanut butter. There, I said it. I said it. I said it. You're better than peanut butter. You're so good. I'm gonna have to find the best cat sitter for you. Or maybe I just take you on a trip. Do you want to come on a trip? Do you want to ride an airplane? We go through the sky, and you can look at all the birds. Do you want to look at all the birds? Do you want to go fly? Yeah? Okay. Let's take you to our trips. Where's my chat? Let's look at all the comments about how June is a crazy cat lady and how she has gone full-on infected with the toxo. Yes, that is who I am now. That is my new identity. I am embracing it to 100%. We're gonna wash some potatoes. Baby potatoes, leftover from German potato salad shooting. It must go now. It must be devoured now. Quick, what should I make with baby potatoes? Tell me all of your craziest ideas. You know, I can't be one of those people who always claim that their pet is an emotional support pet. It's not cool for the people who actually really need their support pets. Why aren't I a fan of meat? I mean, listen, I like meat. It's nice to eat meat. There is something undeniably luxurious about eating a pig, a chicken, a cow, a lamb, a rabbit. Should I go on? But also not a fan of cooking it every day and not a fan of buying it every week, simply because there is a lot of issues with our meat production habits nowadays. Mainly that we don't raise animals as animals and sentient creatures. We exploit not only the animals and the workers' well-being in the production of meat, but we are also exploiting on people's ignorance about how meat comes to be, and therefore it is damaging not only to animals, their well-being, the workers, their well-being, as well as the consumers and their well-being. It makes everyone unhealthy, and our over-reliance on meat, ignoring all the side effects that it has on both morality, existential crises, including the literal existential crises of our world melting into a fucking puddle. I don't know, man, there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons. So, cool. Thanks. First rant down. Wha-bam. I think halal meat might be slaughtered more ethically, but I don't really know. I don't have first-hand understanding of that meat production process. I hope that it is better than what I've seen. Because there is enough, I just can't imagine things being worse than what I've seen, but. Kelly, you think meat is expensive, and then you see the prices on some chicken, and you're like, how is that chicken cheaper than tofu? Like, how is a living being that had to be raised and killed and processed and packaged cheaper than frickin' soybeans? I don't know. Very, very sus, as the kids say, and very, very, just not good. Just not good. Alright guys, so we have some leftover salmon that Aaron forgot to eat before he left because he couldn't find it despite me telling him exactly where it was. So we could eat that, or we could save that and cook off all the veggies that I have, which includes, this is what you saw in the thumbnail, really oxidized shredded potatoes. So I do think we can make some sort of like a latke situation with that. We also have a lot of arugula stem greens, and we have some, daikon radish greens. We have a few carrots. So I think I'm actually gonna boil the baby potatoes and then chop up these carrots and make like a little potato salad, because I love potato salad. And we could put some beans in there, yes. And I also have this salmon bone with salmon fat, so maybe we could use this to fry up the latkes, you know? So I need to wash my pan first, though. Thanks, Vader Llama. Welcome to the live. Fred, somebody just called you cute. Do you agree? Look at him lick his freaking butthole. Do you like that? Is that cute? Yeah, Fred. Guess what, bud? I know it's getting hot in here, but we're gonna make some potato salad. So we're gonna be boiling some stuffs, okay? You like boiling stuffs on a hot day? Do you, Fred? Do you? Do you like boiling stuffs on a hot day? All right, cool. Excuse me, don't let me step on you, please. Tabitha, I made a whole video, an entire video that is now on the Delish YouTube channel about how to take care and use a cast iron pan. I highly recommend to watch, and if you have any specific questions after that, you are welcome to come ask. I like daikon greens. They're very, very nice. I appreciate them. I'm going to chop up my potatoes into eighths? No, smaller. I'm just going to dice them into the size that I essentially want my bites to be in already. Dice them now, not later. Why wait? So like, ooh, I would say 3/4 inch cubes. Fred, you're being such a good boy, waiting so patiently. Oh, I should also put some salt in my water, eh? Salt in my water, salt in my water. Cece, I will just say I've been having a lot of anxiety about my cavity that just got filled because it is still feeling sore, and I can't tell if it's the cavity that needs more attention or if it's the tooth next to the cavity that has lost all of its enamel and is causing me to feel sensitivity. And I really don't want to go back to the dentist, so I feel you. I feel you on the body anxiety. I sometimes wish I did not have a body. Or I sometimes wish I had a body but existed in a country that did not make healthcare so fucking complicated. You know? It just sucks when you have to worry not only about being sick, but about all parts of possibly treating that illness. I just can't handle the pressure sometimes. I want it all to go away. Yeah, guys, no merch. Sorry. And I think even when I have to resort to seeking out new ways of income in the future, even if I do have a Patreon going, I don't think I'm going to make merch unless it's something that I think people actually will need in their lives, like a clone of Fred. And in that case, if y'all do need a clone of Fred, you can just head on over to your local adoption agency and grab a cat. There's a lot of cats out there that you can grab. I'm sure they're all going to be as wonderful as Fred. If not more. But don't let Fred hear me say that. No. Nobody's going to be as good as you are, Fred. I'm just saying that to people so they can take home some cats. But don't you believe a word of it, Fredo. You'll always be the best cat to me, Fred. I won't be making a spatula line because I've already told you so many times that Tovolo, I don't know if you can see the branding on their handle at all, makes the best curved wooden handled spatulas. I love these spatulas. They have the best shape and they're very ergonomic. I love the feel of the smooth wooden handles, never a splinter. They do fall off during cleaning sometimes, but you can slip them right back on, and it just scrapes every last drop out of every bowl that you have. So I highly recommend if a good product already exists, just tell the people to go get that good product that already exists instead of making something new so that you can slap your name on it and sell people something that is already in existence as a very good passable version that could last them for the rest of their lives. Why oversaturate the market with the illusion of choice? Second rant, done. Yay! Noreen, there are so many aprons. Y'all are not being very innovative with your pitches. Sports, Michelle Diane, my girl. Somebody get me fucking sponsored by now. I've told people to go buy Snow Peak so many times now. Everybody asks, where is your sport from? I feel like I should be getting a cut of their sales. But yes, sport. Titanium. The color fades a little, but even after 4 to 5 years of use, you can see that they're still iridescent and very cool, and they turn a color when they're wet, and very durable, fairly light, has a little keychain holder if you want to go back to the 4th grade with your spork on your backpack. I never did that, but if I did, I would be such a cooler person by now. No, you can make your own peanut butter. Literally buy peanuts, roast them, blend them. That's it. Everybody wants a book. But what would I write about that I haven't already touched on my Instagram? What, guys? What? What is there to say about this shitty world that we live in? What? Fish oil is going into the pan. I bet Fred is going to start going crazy. Crazy. That cat's going to about jump out of his skin soon. As soon as this fish oil starts heating up, he's going to come over here and he's going to meow like I'm starting to kill him and torture him. Aren't you, Fred? Aren't you? Alright, there is nothing on these shredded potatoes. I feel like maybe I should put something on them, but I don't know. Spices? Let's just make one big latke, because I'm lazy, and it's really hot, guys. It's really hot. It's really hot. Have I said it's really hot? Salt. A little bit of pepper pep. Okay, a lot of pepper pep. A little bit of garlic powder. A little bit of onion powder. And maybe some, oh shit, amount of white pepper? No. What do we got? What do we got? Hit me with it, spice cabinet. Ooh, a little bit of fennel. Yes. We like the fennel. Okay. What else do we have in here? A little bit of coriander. Yes, please. Ba-blam. Flavor. Ooh, that fish oil is starting to smell very fishy. What else? What else? Oh, a little bit of smoked paprika. Let's go for it, girl. Let's go. That was probably too much. Alright, cool. Lots of spices and a lot of really brown potatoes. Good alternative to hoisin. Damn, I don't know if oyster sauce has, but oyster sauce is basically like a saltier version and a less sweet version of hoisin, but that might have gluten in it too. I'm not sure. Hoisin has gluten in it? Dang. sugar, water, soybean, salt, sweet potato, modified cornstarch, sesame seeds, garlic, wheat flour. Damn, I did not know that. Okay, oyster sauce. Oyster extractives, oyster water, salt, sugar, water, monosodium glutamate, salt, modified cornstarch, wheat flour. Yep, this one has gluten too. Dang. Yeah, they're really dark. I think they're just oxidized. They don't feel slimy and they don't smell bad, so I think we're good. I think we're okay. I think, but I'm not sure. Yeah, here he comes. He smells the fish. Do you smell the fish? Do you want the fish? There is no fish, Fred. There is no fish. There is only spiced fish oil, which I cannot give you unless I kill you. Do you want to die? I don't think so. You don't want to die yet, right? You want to live. You want to live. Yes, I realize we're not making a latke because there's like no binders in here. We're just gonna make fried potato shards. AKA hash, really oxidized potato hash. A lovely look at Fred, staring at this bowl, following my hand, staring at the bowl. Yes, Fred, look at the bowl. Be entranced by the bowl. Think back to the moment when you were on the streets. What do you see? Okay, never mind, lost him. Who's reading about slaughtering? You really don't want to read that shit unless you really, really, really want to get traumatized. It's not pretty, folks. Aaron saw a couple of videos of what goes on in animal meat production, farming practices, slaughtering practices, and that's when he was like, yo, I don't know if I can go full on vegan now, but I want to go vegan someday because cannot handle this shit anymore. And I was like, yep, I feel you. I feel you. I'm not even, people are talking about slaughtering still. Sorry. I didn't mean for that to be a thing, but, you know, if you eat meat, I do feel like you should probably know somewhat what goes on. Let me go grab a hair tie. A hair tie, Fred. Hi, Fredo. I'm going to turn that heat low because I think it's burning a little bit. Whoops. Yeah, that's very impressive, Dylan. I love dairy and eggs too, a lot. And eggs are so crucial to baking. But, you know, there is more and more vegan baked goods coming out that I feel like it's time to probably experiment with some of it. But even if you can't go full vegan, even just going vegetarian, or even just going like part-time vegetarian, I think would really, 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 really help. Yeah, I love cheese, man. I love cheese. It's true. Yes, flax and chia. I swear by them. Especially when you're making cookies. Really good substitute, actually. So, would recommend. We crispy. So crispy. If you want to make crispy potatoes, you really got to use fat, guys. You cannot make crispy potatoes without fat. Even if you bake them, I guess you can air fry them. Air fryers are a whole different story. But even if you bake them, they go limpy real fast if they don't have real good amount of fat on there. A lot of people ask me about why things stick in cast iron. One, your pan isn't quite seasoned enough yet, and two, you're probably not using enough fat, guys. Fat is crucial to good cooking. And I really think our kind of like campaign against fat in the 90s really did us in. Made a lot of food taste unnecessarily bad. Why did we do that to ourselves? Are you tender already? Dang, girl. That was fast. Did not expect that to be very fast. But I think you're tender. I'm gonna let you go a little more because I like them mushy. You can't eat vegan cheese with the expectation that it's cheese. You have to eat vegan cheese with the expectation that it's vegan cheese. It's just not gonna be cheese. But cashew-based stuff is absolutely amazing. I agree. I too love soy milk more. I love Silk's very vanilla flavor. It comes in a purple carton. I know it's sweetened, but damn, I was addicted to that shit. There's very few milks that I've enjoyed drinking, actually, and probably the best milk I've ever drunk was straight from a cow on a farm. You're not allowed to sell unpasteurized milk in the United States, but you can get around it because you can basically buy a share of a cow, and so, you know, the farmers who raise the cow will give you a share of the produce that the cow produces because you own a share of the cow. So when I was spending my summer on a farm once, they basically did traisies with produce and cow milk, and I drank unpasteurized cow milk, and it was truly, truly delicious. Yes. Oops. I broke the pancake. I broke it. This is how oily you want your salmon oil to be on the potatoes. If you squish it, it gleams and it shines. Look at the gleam. Look at the fat seeping through. How do you think diner food is good? Sorry, guys. Diner food is good because there's a shit ton of fat on it. I went through a rice milk phase in college. I actually really liked, what is that? Was it called Rice Dreams? I really liked it. Coconut milk is disgusting. In the cartons, coconut milk is disgusting. I only use coconut milk in the cans for cooking and baking. Straight up drinking coconut milk sold in cartons in the US is disgusting. I did grow up with Chinese canned coconut beverages, coconut milk beverages. They come in these like tall, skinny cans, and they're like black with a picture of coconut on top, and the font usually in Chinese is like yellow and maybe like tinges of white and blue and green. That shit was the bomb. There was also almond milk that came in those cans. So good. Black sesame milk. No. Where do I get? Where do I get? I would love to drink black sesame milk. It rained a little today here, and then it went back to being just like pure summer humidity, and it feels absolutely disgusting. Rosdell, putting sugar and ice in canned coconut milk sounds amazing. You're not a weirdo. That's like genius. You're basically watering it down while chilling it. The only thing I would say is like maybe try condensed milk. That might make it even more delicious. Banana milk is not vegan. Not the ones that I've drunk. A lot of the banana milks infiltrating the market is just cow milk mixed with banana. It's disgusting. I don't know who decided that that should be a product. It is stupid dumb, and absolutely disgusting. The only banana milk that I actually like to drink is Korean cartons, and the only reason why it's delicious is because they use like banana essence, like banana extract, and they jack that shit up with so much sugar that it's impossible to hate it. It's so good. So if you like banana Nesquik, that's basically, I would say banana Nesquik might be less sugary than the Korean versions that I've had. What do I do with these greens? Yo, what do I do with these greens? Yes, those banana milks are so ridiculously expensive. So these are the 2 containers of kimbap that I'm slowly eating my way through. These are the actual kimbap that I made for site. The rice is not good cold, so I'm gonna have to like microwave it or sear it before eating. But then I also had a lot of fillings left over, and I had some nori left over, and so I made some riceless well, that one has a little bit of rice, but I made some riceless rolls. So this one just has like carrots, crab meat, imitation crab, daikon, and avocado. It's pretty good, guys. Would recommend. Oh my god, soup. Yes. You know what? Let's make some vegetable soup because I have nori that I rescued from the test kitchen, and it has literally gone stale. It expired last July. So let's cut up some seaweed and then just put our greens into a soup and flavor it with something. I don't know what yet. Y'all are so brilliant. All by myself. Don't wanna be all by myself anymore. Do you feel me, Fred? Let's eat some cheddar. I cut these up for the kimbap too, but they all broke because cheddar is not very malleable like mozz. So we're just eating sticks of cheddar now. This cheddar actually came from the farmer's market, and I was expecting great things from it, but it's just okay. Honestly, it gives me very Swissy vibes, and I'm not a fan of that nutty bitteriness. Hey, bud. Do you like it when I go crazy a little bit? Do you like it when June goes crazy? Boink. I've been alternating between very manic hours of my life and then sinking slowly back into my anxiety breaks. So it's been fun, guys. It's been fun. Please vote. Should we reuse the potato cooking water as the foundation for our soup? What do you think? Let me know, chat. Let me know. I also think I will use it and use that hot liquid to wash out the grease of the salmon jar, because there's a lot of salmon grease that's still hugging the sides of this glass jar, and I feel like that could be very useful. And you know what? What I might do is actually just fish out our potato pieces and not use another pot, because I'm lazy. I don't want to wash another pot. I don't want to wait for my life to be over. Alright. Here we go. Look at Fred being such a patient boy. He's just waiting for me. Oh, I wish I had pesto. That sounds so good. Yum. Yum, 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 yum. I'm very thankful that you guys are here keeping me company and distracting me. I worry the moment I end this live, I will return to my anxiety spiral. Must distract me at all costs. What if this just turns into one big potato chip? So we're gonna pour the hot potato water into this jar slowly, so we don't want to shatter the jar. And we're just gonna wash it out. Get all that nice salmon grease. Whoops, didn't mean for that to happen. Sorry, potatoes. Salmon grease. This will make my dishwashing much easier too. Not only do you flavor your soup, you also have less grease to wash out. Therefore less soap. Less soap means less water. Yay! You win on all fronts. Whoops. Just stop pouring it into your cast iron pan. Turn that back on. We have 1 clove of garlic. I'm gonna just pop that in. I don't know why that was there, but it's going in now. Fred, it's getting so close to your dinner time. Are you so excited? So excited. So freaking excited. I've been feeling very bitter about something, and I feel like I should just talk it out with y'all. I bought some beautiful baby salad greens from the farmer's market, and I bought some really nice arugula that was like organically holy. You know how when the bugs eat through the leaves and they're just like all holy, and I loved it. Everything was delicious from this farm, but I felt bad the entire week because I realized he had overcharged me for 3 out of the 5 things that I bought. I bought 5 items. 2 of them were $4, 1 of them was $3, and 2 of them were $5. And he ended up charging me $25 for the entire thing, which means he overcharged me $4, which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it's $4 out of a $25 purchase. Like, he really just hijacked it almost 23%. And I just feel like I really want to support my local growers, but it is so shitty when something happens like that and you're just like, ugh, why can't you just be the fairy tale person that I have in my head of, like, you know, a nice local grower who I love to support on all fronts and who doesn't overcharge me by $4. That's it. And Grant, thank you for listening. And also, it's not like I can't afford $4, but I just wish that, you know, he marked it $5 a piece and then charged me $5 a piece. I don't want this American healthcare system sticker shock to, like, apply to all areas of my life. I would hope that I could expect to have what I sign up for, at least at the farmer's market of all things. Ruining my faith in humanity, one small instance at a time. I should really chop my carrots up now and put them in while the potatoes are still hot, and that way the carrots can kind of soften a little too. We like a little bit of soft carrots in our potato salad. Yeah, I thought about the fact that it could have been a mistake, but I also just bought 5 items, and I feel like, is capable of doing that mental math to know that if not all 5 items are $5, 2 of which, by the way, were herbs. There was a bunch of perilla and a bunch of mint, and it was right by him where he was standing by the cash counter. So there was no way that he didn't know that those 2 things were not $5. I don't, I want to think it was an honest mistake, but I truly don't think it was. And because I was fumbling for my bags, I didn't really pay attention to the price he had charged me until I looked at the receipt. Otherwise, I would have been like, yo, what this? So I don't hold back my words. But unfortunately, my transaction already went through. And my hands were full. I would love to support a new farmer next time, but like this stand had all the things that I wanted. It had beautiful arugula, it had apple mint, which, let me show you. Introducing apple mint. It is adorable. It's fuzzy. It has like peach fuzz on it. And no, it doesn't really smell like apple much or taste like apple much, but it is adorable. Do you see that fuzz? It's very mild in terms of how minty it is. It smells like mint, but it also smells a little bit like mirepoix. Like a little bit like the sweetness of carrots, the kind of anisey aspect of celery, and then the kind of like savory spiciness of borderline caramelized onions. So yeah. So I will go back to this farmer again. I'm just gonna make sure that he doesn't charge me, you know, next time, because I really like his products. Y'all, we're also gonna put these scallions to rest. They're really not doing great. I think, just, I don't know. I don't know what happened. We're gonna rescue what we can, and we're gonna compost what we can't. Ooh, my vodka is still on. Are you burning? Are you burning? Mmm, crunchy. Mmm. That's pretty good, Brad. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. A little too salty, unfortunately. It's okay. We'll eat it with our veggie soup. Ooh, it's also very peppery. Wow, so peppery. Does it look crazy? Does it? Does it? It kind of looks like purple cabbage, doesn't it? It's just shredded potato. He's starting to eat himself. He's so hungry. You know what I just realized? We put an absolute insane amount of salt in the potato liquid, so I might have to fish out the greens. I don't think we can use that liquid. Womp womp womp. It's okay. I'll just rinse it off with some cold water once we are done blanching the greens. And then we could make like a little banchan type thing. Maybe we can add a little gochujang in there. That sounds good. Fred, did you bite the scallion? There's a little dent in here. I feel like you bit it. Hope you didn't eat it. Just been destroying my plant like a good cat, huh? I don't blame you. They overtook your windowsill space. It's only right that you should destroy them for all that they took away from you. Ooh, very sad scallions. Very sad ones. Well, that's what you get from using soil that hasn't been replenished with nutrients at all over like the last 3 years. Sorry, what did I miss? I didn't pay attention to you at all. Here I am again, not paying attention to you at all. I'm very bad about this. Yes, I'm glad you love each other's company. Truly the best people ever. I'm gonna take this off the heat. I'm going to drain. And we'll give it a taste, see how salty it is. Not salty at all, actually. Sorry, I didn't try the liquid jazzy, my bee. But I will fold in these scallions now. Fred, you okay? You sound like you're starting to suffocate yourself there. We good, bud? We good? Guys, I'm gonna give you an option for our potato salad, for our trapped potato salad. You ready? we're gonna put in these pickled shallots. We agree? I think that's a good call, correct? Yes? And your choice is, should we continue to season it with some fresh watery salsa or really sweet honey mustard? Or both? You crazy. Do 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 do. Oh wow, it looks like a honey mustard. Wow, Fred. I'm gonna split the potato salad half and half, okay? So easy, guys. The solution is always within reach. Because I don't want to waste a jar, I'm just gonna plop some potato chunks straight into the salsa. Okay. I'm gonna lid it and we're gonna shake it. Lid and shake. I don't think I'm gonna add pickled shallots in here because there's already onions in the salsa. But we could potentially add some black beans. All right, second vote. Do you want black beans in our weird salsa potato salad? Do 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 do. Fred, oh wow, there was a lot of yeses and then two very exuberant no's. Tell you what, guys, we will just give this a taste and then we shall proceed with the beans because this is not a democracy. It is simply an illusion of one. D'accord. That's pretty good. Not sure how I feel about it. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I think it's because the salsa needs to like soak into the potatoes a little bit. But let us do the honey mustard now with the shallots. I'm not playing you like the government does because the government doesn't say it's not a democracy. I reveal it to you right now. There is no illusion about how much agency you have here. You have none, okay? But the government is like, you have the ability to control your governing body. You have the control over where your taxes go. You have the control over justice, liberty, and freedom for all. Do we though? Do we? I think I need another bite of potato salad to calm me down. That chair is just for Fred. It is time, my friends, to have honey mustard pickled shallot potato salad with carrots. It is delicious. But what would happen if we mix the salsa and the honey mustard together, you say? Let's find out. Here's to all my weirdos out there. This experiment is for you. Is that a huge chunk of garlic? Oh no, baby. Not that bite. No, thank you. Mmm. Honestly, better than the salsa on its own. I think what the salsa needs is sugar to really vibe with the potatoes, you know? Because the tomatoes are already pretty acidic, and then you have that slight astringency of the potato skins. So they're really like reading in a slightly too harsh way. But I think if you put a little bit of sugar and sweetener. Oh yeah, it worked. It's giving me ideas, y'all. Y'all ready for this? Dun 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 dun. All right. All right. Wow. What a beautiful mess we have on our hands. This is absolutely disgusting looking. We have made milk, salsa milk. We have made salsa potato salad milk. I will eat some of this tomorrow and check back with you guys after it marinates overnight, okay? It's quite gorgeous though. It reminds me of those like Southeast Asian dessert drinks, you know, the ones that have like condensed milk, coconut milk, some sort of like fruity, sugary juice in it, and then they put a shit ton of like delicious jellies in there and fresh fruit. Doesn't it look like that? It looks very drinkable. Oh. I love myself unconditionally. That may or may not be a lie, but we are trying to make it a truth. Because if I don't love me, who will? Who? Who will? Nobody. That's who. Caitlin, my day is weird. It's been fluctuating between anxiety and complete numbness. And now I am manic on this live. Not sure if that's the answer you wanted to hear, but it is the answer that I have to give. Two potato salads, equally delicious and disgusting. JK, this one's not disgusting. This one, we'll see. for me to make you some mushy slosh. I know that you are very hungry, and we shall eat as soon as I boil water. Oh, Fred, my darling boy, your asthma needs to have some expensive Flovent. You ready for Flovent? Are you ready for the Flovent? You ready for the Flovent? Oh, no, we're gonna put the black beans in our little banchan later, after I take care of Fredo. Guess what, Fred? What you're gonna have for dinner today is the same thing that you have every single day. Are you tired of it yet, buddy? Because I am. I'm tired for you. How do you do this every day? Is that a real question, honey hips? I feel like water is pretty good after you boil it, no? Like, can't you just keep boiling it? Isn't it only gonna get more and more sanitized? Sterilized? You are not telling me we have a global Beatles Day. That is silly. That is silly. Oh, so every day can be Beatles Day, no? Fred, I gave you a lot of snacks today. Should I feed you less for dinner? Because you're getting fat? Would you hate me if I gave you a little bit less food? Or would you not know the difference because I water it down so much for you anyway? You can't tell, can you? Oh, Fred does hop on the counter and help himself. But he knows that I get very angry and he doesn't really do it unless he's really hungry. But I've been really good about giving him snacks today because I do feel guilty every time I snack and he looks at me with those skillful eyes of deceit and manipulation. And I do snack very often, so he gets treats. Every time? Not every time, but almost every time. We're about to try to order some Flovent from Canada soon, so wish us luck. Wow. The ultimate slush for the ultimate mush experience. Made especially for cats with only 3 teeth and no more. Experience the little meat grinds between your sandpaper tongue. Do you even taste it, or do you just gulp it? Whatever you do, don't miss out on this Flovent extravaganza. Yeah, I know. I know you love the cabinet. Well, do you like to be forced to suck in bitter air? You're gonna have to do it right now, Fred. Show the people you're suffering. Ha. Yeah, buddy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come back. Come back. Ooh, feisty today. sucked any medicine in that second round because you ran away so fast, but here you go, bud. Okay. Hello, Fred. Fred, give a meow when you're ready for second servings, okay? I'm just gonna sit here eating my latke until you give me a meow. Give a holler. Crunchy crunch. I feed him a mixture of canned wet food. The wet food is called Dave's. And then I also get him some dry food, and I'll water it down with like the juice from the wet food and some boiling water and let it soften overnight. Have you ever eaten a latke like this, just like folded up into itself? Savage. Ooh, I didn't know about salt content in water. That's interesting. Do we think this fish bone is edible by now? Should I try? I'm gonna try, guys. Yes, those are the white sweet potatoes. I haven't cooked them yet. Not as crunchy as baked, obviously. Are you done? It's time for second serving. There you go. Tale as old as time. Da 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 da. Freddo and the mush. He likes the mush because he can't really chew. Like, he loves cheese, but unless I either melt the cheese or mush the cheese between my fingers, he can't really eat it. It really sucks having only 3 teeth. Bye, Tabitha. Who are we looking for on Insta? Is there someone I should check out? Is there someone I should stalk? Tell me more. He loves liquid cheese, aka milk or yogurt. He loves it. Ooh. Dawn. Ooh, Yanni, that feels like it's absolutely delicious mush. I approve. I approve it so much.
are we doing here, Fred? Do you like what you eat? Every day the same thing? Do you hate me for it? Do you wish I bought you better food? Do you wish I bought you more food? Do you wish I bought you different food? Can you talk? I've been waiting for 3 months for you to speak. Speak, my darling, speak. Hi. Are you choking it down so fast because you're afraid I'll take it all away from you? Ooh, peach rice crisp. Dock marmalade, that sounds so good. Hi, Emily. Hi, Elijah. Oh no, Emily. You hanging in there? Are you staying hydrated? Oh yeah, what movie should I watch today, guys? Get every last morsel. My mom would be so proud of you, and my grandma too. My grandma doesn't want me to have cats. She doesn't want me to have pets because she thinks they're dirty. My mom saw the live last night and she Zoomed with me today, and the first thing that she said was, June, I saw that you pet the cat and then you pet yourself with the same hand. And I'm like, Mom, we're not having this discussion. We're just not. We're just not. I'm just going to lie here and do my physical therapy, and you can tell me about your life, but I do not want any commentary on my life and my choices. Whether they be good or bad, I do not want such feedback. I need a break from you. I need a break from Grandma, Fred. My mom is very cute. She's very adorable. She loves me so much. She loves me too much. And yes, I've been mean on a previous live where I saw, a commenter who was like, oh yay, just what every mother wants to hear. I don't need you anymore. And you know what? I know it sucks to hear, and I know it's really mean for me to say, but I feel like it's a great thing if your children don't need you anymore after a certain point in life. That means you have succeeded in bringing them up to be self-sufficient adults who can take care of themselves, So I would like my mom to give me that freedom from her eternal love that she must act on all the time, because I want to be able to take care of myself and in that way appreciate myself in a liberated way that I've never been given permission to. It's really interesting too, because coming from a Chinese background, children are supposed to be taking care of their parents when they get old. They're supposed to be giving them money when they get old. They're supposed to be basically seeing them through their time on Earth until they die. And I feel like growing up in an American culture, I don't really think I have to carry out all of those intense, dedicated cultural norms, because I'm in a mixed culture and my parents understand that, and they obviously don't want me to be beholden to my mother culture, because I am between cultures. But I also feel like a part of them do want me to do it because that's what they did for their parents, and so in a way they're like, oh, nobody's gonna do this for me now, so that's upsetting. But also, it's been really weird with my mom, because she would ask me to, order things for her online. Like, she needs some gardening tools today, so she asked me to order them for her. And my grandma needed some chairs, so I ordered them for her online to get them shipped directly to her. And every time she would insist on paying me back every single dollar that I spent. And I'm like, no, Mom, this was a gift for my grandma. You don't need to pay me back. I'm more than happy to give this to you. And also, side note, I make more than you, so it doesn't seem fair that you're paying for upkeeping of a house and paying for grandma, taking care of her, and spending all that time and energy, in a lower earning position than me, and then still have to pay me back for every single cent that I spend on these. Why don't you just let me buy you stuff? And then she would return with the point of view that, like, well, she wouldn't ask me to help her in the future if I don't accept her payment. She would just go bother a coworker or a friend to do this for her. And I'm like, no, Mom, this is easy for me, and it's also like no sweat. I'm more than happy to like do these favors for you and just to pay for these things, because I don't even feel like I'm upholding my end of the bargain, so to speak, as a Chinese child. But she refuses. And then we get over these fights, and I'm just like, well, when you were still with my dad, I remember you guys would fight all the time over financial stuff. Like, why do you have to be this exact and precise with me? You know? And I was thinking about this dynamic today, and I was like, maybe this is going too far, but psychoanalytically, is this her way of preventing me from being a self-sufficient grown-up? Because the minute that she starts accepting the fact that her daughter is now able to not only take care of herself, but also to help take care of her mom, aka my mom, then, you know, she would have to let me go and be an adult. Like, is that psychoanalytically why? Like, could that be an unconscious behavior? That she needs to be the one who's paying for these things because a part of her doesn't want to acknowledge that I'm more than capable of paying for all of these things and helping her out and ordering these things for her, that she doesn't feel comfortable or well versed enough in both English and internet and credit card transactions to do. I am an only child. Yes, I agree. I think she doesn't want to burden me, for sure. And I don't want to burden her. But, like, being alive with attachments to people, things, places, and practices is burdensome. Like, being alive is burden. This is what life is. And I think it's not any more of a burden for me to do these things for her, but in fact it is more of a burden for me to do these things for her and to have such an exacting transaction between me and her, and then to have to like debate it so intensely that I trip into arguments about it, you know. But I don't know. Hi, Willie. I mean, I agree. I also don't want to owe anybody anything. But, like, in a large way, and this is what I tried to tell her today, is like, you are my mother. And when you didn't even know English fluently, you did so much research on schools, zoning, heck, even applying to college, which at which point I was already fluent in English. She did not have to do that for me. But, like, throughout 10 years of my life, she handled all of schooling and looking out for me even when she wasn't fully literate in the language that we were immersed in. Like, how hard that would have been for her to go through, I will never understand. And she did that for me. And so now I'm just like, well, I do owe you a shit ton, Mom. Not only did you pop me out of you, you also carried me through 2 different countries and 2 different cultures and got me through college. So, like, at what point do I start repaying you? At what point do I repay the debt? Like, how can I repay the debt? Or is this just your way of, like, I guess what I'm fearing is this is her way of banking my debt to her so that I would eventually, when she's older, have to come back around and slink into my role as a traditional Chinese child and just dedicate my life to taking care of her, which, as selfish as it sounds, I don't want to do that. I mean, I'm sure nobody wants to do that, but I don't want to do that, and it's especially hard for me to have lived out most of my childhood and teenage formative years in a culture where it's not really expected for you to take care of your parents in that way. I'm sure if I stayed in China and stayed in that culture, even though I didn't want to take care of my parents, I would have had been normalized into it enough that it wouldn't feel so painful for me to have to imagine taking care of my parents in my grown-up life. But now that I didn't grow up in that culture and I grew up in this American culture where you're supposed to be independent at the age of 18 and just be like, bye, flying away from this nest, I'll come back for Christmas, but for the most part, good luck taking care of yourself, mom and dad, I appreciate everything you've done for me. Like, that's hard. And yes, it is selfish. I understand. But so that I'm battling that too. I'm sure that doesn't add to, that doesn't, you know, I'm sure my brain is factoring all of this fraught thinking, all of this guilt into my anxiety spiral. I've tried to talk to her, Dylan, about her wishes for a living situation in the future. I've been trying to have very frank talks. I think it is important to talk about death and dying. It is very much not a part of Chinese culture to talk about death or dying. You don't talk about it. And I am very anti that. I think for everyone to have good quality of life, you must acknowledge that death is a part of life and dying is a part of life. And the only way to have comfort and security around accepting that truth is to discuss it with closed ones and trusted ones. And to discuss it with the family and friends who take care of you so that they know what you want and you know what you want. That's the big problem. If we don't talk about it, we don't acknowledge it, and we don't think about it for ourselves, and then we just keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and not thinking about it, and then it just gets more and more scary and overwhelming. I have seen The Farewell. I love it. I cried so hard. Yeah. Oh, man, Monica, that sounds really fucking rough. But yes, conversations are absolutely necessary. I cannot understand what you want, and you cannot understand what you want until you are in a position to think about it thoroughly. Like, place yourself in a scenario and think about it. Because dying is a part of life. How can you live without thinking about how you want to die? We all have hopes and dreams. And I feel like our hopes and dreams for how we go out of the world is as important as the hopes and dreams that we have for our time here in this world. So, is it morbid? Yeah. Is it really depressing? Kinda, but it's only depressing because we've been conditioned as a society to, like, not think about it in an accepted way. Like, we have not accepted death. How can we go through living without accepting such a key component of the experience? Is it potentially because we've made entire industries that tell us this underlying current of, well, you don't have to die if you take care of yourself well enough. Here, try this. This will keep you alive forever. Like, isn't that what all these ads are telling us? You can use this product to stay beautiful. You can use this product to stay young. You can use this product to stay blank whatever that is the farthest thing from death and decline. And that is why we have grown scared of it, because we don't want to think about death and decline. And that is why we harbor onto all these things that seem to present themselves as a alternative to death and decline. But what would actually happen to us if we accepted and even embraced death and decline? It's not easy. It's gonna take a lot of reformatting our brains. Like, just today, I've been looking at a pair of pants that's been hanging on the inside of my closet door since the beginning of the pandemic. I washed it at the beginning of the pandemic because it's a really nice pair of peach pants and I only wear it when I want to feel pretty. And I was staring at it today and I was like, wow, I don't know why I never took this down. Maybe it was because in the beginning I didn't want it to get wrinkled because it's a very like fragile, wrinkly fabric. So I had it sitting on the door the whole time. And today I was like, wow, I recognize now that I've been growing increasingly anxious about the fact that I probably 95% will not fit into these pants anymore. And yes, I do acknowledge I still harbor a lot of very fat-phobic rhetoric within me. I struggle a lot with body image issues, and I struggle a lot since high school with different kinds of disordered eating. Like, it's morphed over the years. But I looked at those pair of pants today and I'm like, I just don't, like, I fear those pants now. I fear what it would mean for me to not be able to fit into those pants. And even if I could squish myself in, like, not looking good in those pants. And it just makes me so sad that this is what we've conditioned people to fear. That we wouldn't be able to fit into a pair of pants. Like, why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we fill ourselves with these fears when they are not necessary to living, period? And then we don't have a lot of stuff that we do need to live, like mental health support and health insurance systems that work, and like food. People live through life without having enough food. Like, I don't know, man. So that's where, this is a part of the anxiety that's just been silently soaking into me. Yeah, I mean, like, VL Melody, yes, like, as a person who definitely is skinny, at least in North America, I recognize that, like, I look fine. I have a lot of thin privilege in this society. In China, it's another story. I could not find a single pair of underwear that fit me without cutting off my circulation in my legs. But here in America, I'm qualified to say that I'm probably skinny. I have a lot of fucking privilege. I fit everywhere I want to sit for the most part, and I can still find clothes that fit me. So I have no reason to think that I'm fat, and if I do say that I'm fat to myself, that is just intrinsically fat-phobic thoughts to have that unfortunately I need to reformat my brain to not think anymore, slowly but surely. But I don't think disordered eating and body image issues is about how you actually look to other people. It's about the way that your brain wants to frame things. It's about control for one thing, and it's about the lack of control for one thing, and it's about trying to re-seize control when you realize you have no control. And it's about redirecting attention towards something that you think you can control, aka your body, when there are other things in your life that you feel are completely out of your control. And I wonder constantly what it would feel like if we gave in to the feeling of lacking control. And I wonder if that would mean a wholesome kind of liberation for us. Look at Fred. I don't think he cares if he looks fatter. Cats are just cute when they're fat. So why have we trained ourselves to think that humans are not cuter when they're fat? Why have we trained ourselves? Why have we formulated this narrative that to be fatter is to be uglier? And that's the thing, though, too. I don't like it when people say, you're beautiful, you're not fat. Like, those two things are not exclusive of each other, right? That internally is seemingly a compliment, but is actually inherently fat-phobic.
So that hurts too. Yeah, I mean, Sarah, as long as you don't try them on, you don't have to know for sure. Like, I should just, I should just probably get rid of them. They're such beautiful pants, though. They're so cute. They have like this blushy, rosy, dusty rose color. They feel kind of like silk and kind of like micro suede. They have this kind of peachy, fuzzy matte look to them. My mom bought them for me. I went on a really nice first Tinder date in them, and I felt really cute that night, and I remember that day that I wore them fondly. And yes, I have only worn them once, and that was before all of this. I think it was in the August before the pandemic, and I remember that I was really happy with where I was in life. So I think those pants, they kind of represent the entire package of me feeling like I was in a good place in life. And the fact that I probably can't fit into them anymore isn't just about how my body has changed, but it's about how everything has changed. So I think that's why I left them hanging there. They're kind of like a photograph of sorts, you know? It's kind of like a wearable scrapbook of memories. My God, we should make the bomb jump. Greens? Didn't even realize how dark it got. A little bit of black beans. A little bit of gochujang. A little bit of sesame oil. We're just gonna mix. Oh my God, sesame oil smells so good. I feel like you really need a bottle of sesame oil in your pantry. Just finishing oil does not get better than sesame oil. I think the starchy water definitely made them
a little bit more tender and sweeter, but mostly it was just the salt in the water that really helped. No, I haven't found a new therapist yet. I've been putting it off. I know, it's not good. Oh, I do need to prioritize my life a little bit. And sesame seeds. Give it a taste. Mmm. Spicy. I'm gonna put in a little bit of hoisin sauce because it's sweet and salty. Very bastardized banchan, but we love to bastardize things, don't we? MBR, you must explain, what does this mean? What do you mean that I'm the kind of client that therapists live for? Red pepper nice tasty is like an ongoing joke from Budget Eats. It's just this brand of gochugaru that we have. Their tagline is red pepper nice tasty. It's just toasted Korean pepper flakes. There's the roughly ground one and there's a very finely ground one that looks like cayenne powder. Wow! Wait, what did I want to add in here before though? Oh! Dang! The nori. Him. Oh my god. Things are falling over. I'm gonna cut the nori up. Oh guys, it is so stale and disgusting. I should probably toast this. But I won't. Stale and disgusting is how I like all my things. Okay, so you know how when you eat Ethiopian food and like a lot of Indian food too, you just use like a kind of bread to grab food? Well, we use seaweed to grab food. Isn't that great? Now that's what I call finger food. Is nori cat safe? Ooh, I've never had some. I want to eat some now. Oh, is that what the Momofuku sambar means? Do they even Do they even serve some there? No, I put cooked black beans. Fred, do you want to smell? Check it out, dude. Maybe he doesn't see I have food in my hand. Do we think he likes it? Do you want a little bit? Here. Try one. I can see that you're interested. What if I do an even tinier piece? Would you try it? Rejected. Dang. I think he likes it because it smells kind of like the ocean. But he doesn't like it in that it doesn't feel like moist and food. Mmm. This is so good, guys. I give this a 7. It's easy, breezy, and fairly healthy, I guess. Veggies, more veggies, sea veggies. I do have some perilla. I did use most of it in my kimbap, but I saved some leaves. See? These are perilla leaves. Korean shiso. Really pretty. I love them. They have a very strong flavor. Herbalicious, you may say. Yes, ice cream truck. You know it. That's pretty. Look at that. Bye, Gail. Oh, that is a win. Yum. Yes. Yes, the shiso. There's the perilla. Mmm. Yum. 10 out of 10. Y'all, I think we have had quite a successful live today, huh? We started when the sun was still out. We made some trash food out of leftover ingredients in my fridge. Most of them turned out to be quite delicious. Some of them were delightfully questionable. Not only did we see June cook and eat, we saw Fred eat. And we saw Fred rebel against the Flovent monster. And then we talked about feelings, both angry feelings and cryy feelings and anxiety feelings. Now we have the ice cream truck. still in. Are the mushrooms burnt? If they're not burnt, putting them in soup sounds great. Or you could even powder them. Wow. This is really good. I've outdone myself. We're gonna have some salmon. Don't tell Fred, okay? Don't tell Fred. Fred, we're not talking about you. Don't tell Fred. Somebody should be playing that TikTok meme. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Salmon song. Oh my lord. Yo. Why didn't anybody ever tell me that dang seaweed tastes amazing with everything? Two thumbs up. Ooh, you got a nice fatty piece with the skin still on, gelatinous, salmony, omega-3 goodness. You put some of that gochujang thing on top. Fred left. He could not handle the temptation anymore. Package. Wow. Jess, do you work at Wendy's? Do you get free food? I feel like that's the only thing that makes it mildly less bad to work at a food establishment that you hate. It's just that you get free food. But I don't even know what's good at Wendy's. Sorry, 50% off? You don't get that shit for free? You don't get like a staff meal? Do they not feed you for free during the day? That is unacceptable to me. Little Ludite, I bet you are right. There is nothing QP cannot make better. Jess, that sounds like it's illegal. Has anybody done like a labor law check? I get salmon, like not the dollar scrap bags. I get salmon for about anywhere $7 to $12 per pound here. What's everybody else's price like? Can somebody explain to me how our labor laws are getting worse? Wow. That is bullshit. That is bullshit. Oh. What do you guys think it would take to like actually change all the things that is wrong? Like, do we actually need a violent revolution? Will that actually fix anything? Probably not. One kilo is about 2.2 pounds. So that's crazy expensive. Dude, can you imagine what would happen to beef consumption if beef were $80 a pound? Nobody would eat it. I mean, somebody would eat it. But like, I feel like 70% of people would not eat it anymore. Now that I think about it, yeah, I didn't really get breaks when I worked in food service. We got like, if you were there for the morning shift, you got like a morning family meal that lasted 10 to 15 minutes max. And then I think people could take one 15-minute smoke break if they smoked, but it sucked for the rest of us who didn't smoke. Like, why don't other people also have a smoke break if they don't smoke? I'm so proud of me. We finally finished this very expired seaweed. Yay! It's delightful. Oh, Fred, you made a mess on the floor again? Yes, again, every day, all day, every day. Somebody please tell this ice cream truck man to go away. I don't know if you guys have ever had the blessing of having an ice cream truck on your block for 2 hours straight, but I have, and I did not stay sane. That was not a good experience. I feel like there's a law that says they can't loiter for longer than a set amount of time in one location, because they will drive me mad. Bonkers. Can I tell you guys something? I've never had a soft serve cone from an ice cream truck. This is actually something that is one of those very few moments of life that I feel like I owe it to myself to live. Like, for example, When I grew up, I always saw commercials for Olive Garden, and I've always wanted to go to Olive Garden just because they made it look so good, and they always sold that like free unlimited salad and breadsticks deal. And so I think a year before the pandemic hit, Aaron and his friend took me to the Olive Garden in Times Square, and we spent like a ridiculous amount of between the 3 or 4 of us, we spent like over $200 on really shitty food. Like, even the sangria was literally just ocean spray cranberry cocktail with no detectable bit of wine. I didn't even turn red. That's how you know there was no wine in that sangria. Okay? So that was a childhood dream that was shattered to bits of disillusionment and disappointment. But the other thing that I'm still holding on to is an ice cream cone from Mr. Softee. And to be honest, I'm like really anticipating and excited to finally have a cone of soft serve from a Mr. Softee truck. But I'm also dreading it because I know it's not even gonna be that good. When I was growing up, I used to have like a couple of quarters in my pocket, and those cones were always like $2, and I never had enough money to run out from the playground to get a cone, so I would always like stare at what everybody else got for their order, and I would just go up and get like the Twin Pop, the cherry Twin Pop, which I liked. I really liked those pops, but they were also just like the cheapest thing that I could actually afford with the amount of money in my pocket. And I just always envied staring at everybody else just like lopping away at their ice cream cones. So one of these days I'm gonna give myself a soft serve ice cream cone from Mr. Softee and be thoroughly disappointed because come on, how good could they be? Not good, not good. JG, I will try the ice cream, but I just don't wanna like ruin one of the last few things that I can hold on to my fantasy version of. I could obviously afford 10 ice cream cones now in one sitting if I wanted to. But I'm just like, they always look so good, but now I know they won't taste that good. And do I really want to crush my own fantasies about it? Sometimes fantasy is the only thing that keeps you going. Ripe peaches, you either eat them with some full-fat yogurt, one of my favorite ways to enjoy peaches, or you bake them into a fucking delicious cobbler. Or you make jam. You can always make jam and then eat the jam with yogurt later. Oh, so good. But peaches and cream is one of the true classic combinations that pleasures me deeply. Peaches and anything dairy, creamy, whatever is insanely good. Y'all, thank you so much for tuning in for such a long time today. I'm so happy that you came by, and I really enjoyed talking out all of my feelings and cooking out all of my leftovers, and now I still have leftovers, but they are all edible leftovers now, and I'm so excited tomorrow. If I don't have a long live tomorrow, I will at least tune in to let you know what that salsa potato salad tastes like, because I owe it to you all to show you just how insane these experiments are. And Fred, would you like to say bye-bye? Would you like to say bye? Say bye, say bye, say bye, say bye. Are you playing with me or killing me? I cannot tell. Do you love me or hate me? I cannot tell. Oh. Wait, he's not biting yet. Oh, he pushed me away. Okay. Bye, Fred. Bye, everyone.